grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Instead of us all talking individually, we decided to stand up here together and tell you how great our grandpa was to us. As you can tell, Grandpa had a lot of children and even more grandchildren who loved him very much. He was the heart of our big loving family. He was the cutest flannel-wearing, Tim Hortons loving pops on the planet. Each one of us has our own memories of him, whether it was him calling us by our cousin's name, wearing pants that were way too big for him, things like fishing, camping, playing basketball, or just sitting on his lap around the fire. All the memories we have with him all hold a special place in each of our hearts. Our grandpa meant the world to us, and we are so thankful to have the time with him that we did, even though our hearts are very broken. Excuse me? The memories we have will last us our lifetime. To all of our parents, we wanted to say that we love you endlessly, and we wish we could take the pain and suffering away that you are all feeling. And to our grandma, we wanted to say that your grandchildren love you so very much.
Grandpa Al made us Alcodrays. Now Alcodrays are a whole different kind of breed. We're loud, we're crazy, we're loving, and we're super funny. But the most important thing that he taught us is to be strong and that family always comes first. Through this very difficult time, we couldn't have faced this tragedy without leaning on one another. Josh has written a poem to read in his honor.
My grandfather was a sailor, as most of you know, and it is a time in his life he doesn't ever really speak about in length with me being young, but I know it really developed a lot of the character that he has. Relax, sailor. You've sailed through turbulent seas. You've faced headwinds and starless nights. Relax, sailor. The war is over. The mission is done. It's now calm seas and the wind at your back. It's time for your final port. Home. Happy birthday is what you tell me every time I spoke with him on the phone. Every single time, and it was because he wasn't sure if it was the reason Grandma was handing him the phone or not, but he covered all bases. I've been thinking a lot this week about legacy and what creates the foundation of what people will remember you by. Many people have fame and fortune and athletic achievements, heroes in combat, but my grandfather has something so much more special. It is you, all of you. The man was a builder, and he built the foundation of all of our lives that will not wash away with sand. Thank you.
Your turn, Jimbo.
Yeah, go last. I remember when I was around 9 or 10 years old, I was in the kitchen, and my dad, I was watching him work endlessly on this 8mm movie camera, and he would take this tape recorder and he'd push the button and he'd try to get us, and he had to line it up all the time. It was crazy. And you can see that out there, because every single one of us had movie cameras, and if you go in any of our homes, you see nothing but wall-to-wall pictures. We could have literally put them all together and you guys would be sitting here 24 hours continuously. It's what made us who we are. And that same table was where I sat when I asked my dad for my first cup of coffee. And I remember him saying, "Well, how do you like it?" And I said, "Make it like my daddy." And I remembered that, and we would go to Tim Hortons in the past couple of years, and I'd go to the drive-through window and I'd order 2 large senior coffees, 3 sugars, 1 cream. And he would say, "I thought you like it black." And I'm like, "No, I want it like my daddy." we would go out to eat, and as his later years came, he would try to cut his food, and we would try to sit next to my dad and cut his steak for him and toss his salad, and we would eat that salad together, all of us. And his Thousand Island was his favorite dressing. Well, that was mine. And I had it because it was just like my daddy's. And I loved it. I would do anything to have another salad, take another picture, drink another cup of coffee. One more thing about the coffee. This was the latest thing we did, I'm sorry. But I would hand his coffee over to him and, peel it back and secure the lid, and I would grab mine and he'd go, and I looked at him and he'd say, your mother yells at me every time I drink the coffee and slurp. So we had this little thing going on, and I'm like, Dad, when you're with me, you can slurp the letters right off the cup, I don't care. So every time I drink Tim Hortons, I'm gonna slurp that coffee. Just like my daddy. You saw today, as we closed this casket, my beautiful little niece reminded us that we should all wear flannels. And when my mom was asked to put out his clothes, my mom said, well, that's his favorite shirt. And I remember got it for Father's Day. So we decided to wear the same shirt, just like our daddy. So the message part of it today was, I kept thinking when I was waking up and going to bed every night, I was crying and thinking like we should, and we weren't sleeping, and I kept going, what in the world was going on? I couldn't, and I was praying, God, I need a peace. This is a peace I can't deal with. It's stronger than me. And I was crying for my mom, my brothers, my sisters, and it's unbelievable. I know you guys know what I mean. And I'm just like asking, God, I need you to intervene. This is too powerful for me. And I remember he gave me all those stories, and it's like it hit my heart that I loved my dad. See, I needed to know in my heart that I loved this man. And two words came to my mind, love and forgiveness. And I needed to know that I loved my dad and he loved me. And there was nothing between us. Nothing. See, our Heavenly Father, He's love and He's forgiveness. And in order for us to have a relationship, human beings, brothers, sisters, everybody, we have to forgive and love one another. Because when it comes to an event like this, that becomes the only thing that's important. And it meant everything to me. And I just challenge you guys and ask you guys, if there's anybody next to you, right, left, maybe in your mind that is not here. I don't mean it to make anybody feel guilty. I just love you guys enough to tell you the truth of how important it becomes. Because see, my dad isn't taking anything here. There's no money in there. There's no U-Haul outside. My only thing my dad can take in this life is his love and forgiveness. The most two powerful words you'll ever know. It's the only thing that'll take him into heaven, is the love and the forgiveness of our Heavenly Father. So please, guys, I'm just being your friend here. You maybe need to make some phone calls, knock on a few doors, or Insta-tweet, but what is it? Instagram? Snapchat?
Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah, whatever it takes. We're not promised tomorrow. And the most important thing, like I said, was, did my dad love me and I loved him? That's all that really matters. So every time I wake up in the morning, I want to make sure I have his forgiveness and his love. And when I lay my head down at night, and everybody I ran into that day, I want to make sure I forgave them and loved them so I can sleep in peace. So, I don't know where I'm going with this one. And I just wanted to say, Mom, I love you. And we're going to take care of you, Mom. I promise, Mom. I'm sorry for your loss, and we hurt for you so bad. But you know what, Mom? You deserve all the praise, all the honor in the world. You deserve it, Mom. You deserve to be loved and taken care of because you love my dad. And that meant so much to me. It meant so much that I know that you love Dad and Dad loved you, and it's represented right here. We're a close family, and I have to tell you, my dad didn't say it, but he demonstrated it. And the reason why we are so close, because we have forgiveness and love. So thank you, Mom. Thank you for loving my dad.